What's up everybody on YouTube, AJ Russ back here with another video, and today we'll be talking about my top 5 Marvel superheroes. Throughout the 13 years of the MCU dominating movies and pop culture, the popularity of Marvel has been at an all-time high. With now 3 phases of films and phase 4 diving into Disney Plus series and more movies, the future of the MCU is bright. With thousands of characters in the Marvel universe from the comics to animation and film, I've decided to list 5 of my favorite heroes, along with 2 honorable mentions. So before I talk about my list specifically, I just wanted to let y'all know this is totally subjective. It's my personal top 5, but let me know in the comments down below who your favorite 5 Marvel superheroes are, and I'm listing my 2 honorable mentions as well. So yeah, but this is definitely subjective. There's so many Marvel characters in the comics and animation and all of the Marvel lore, so yeah, but let's get into my honorable mentions. My first honorable mention is Frank Castle himself, the Punisher. Love the character of the Punisher. He's very violent and very extreme. I don't know if y'all watched the Netflix series or not. It's personally one of my favorite Marvel things in general. I love the series, but I just love the Punisher. Obviously, he's not like a superhero. He's an anti-hero in some ways. He kills when he feels it's necessary, which is basically all the time, but I love his character for sure. Hoping soon that he'll be able to be in the MCU, because you know the Marvel Netflix series got canceled in 2018, 2019. But it's been rumored that he's going to be featured in Armor Wars, which will come out like in 2023 or late 2022. So we'll see what happens with that. But for sure, I love the Punisher and everything about him, his art, his all motivations and everything like that. So yeah, that's the first honorable mention. My second honorable mention is Steve Rogers himself, Captain America. Love Captain America, obviously. He stands for America, everything you want America to be. But in the MCU, I feel like Chris Evans, he portrayed Captain America perfectly. So most definitely love his arc in the MCU. Didn't make my list, but definitely right there. I mean, like if I had a top 7, he would be number 6 clearly. So yeah, and I also love that Falcon is Captain America now. Love the Falcon and Winter Soldier. Can't wait to see what happens with that. So yeah, for sure, my second honorable mention, Captain America. Ranking in at the number 5 spot, I have Wanda Maximoff, also known as the Scarlet Witch. Personally, I've liked Wanda ever since Endgame, noticing how powerful she was, almost single-handedly defeating Thanos. I feel like when WandaVision released earlier this year, it really pushed her into my top 5, seeing more of her character development in the MCU, but also searching about some of her stories in the comics. Her ties with the X-Men and stories about her creating alternate realities and being a Nexus being really got me interested into Wanda's character. I can't wait to see Wanda's story further along in Doctor Strange 2 and for the popularity of Wanda to grow. It's crazy to me how she is arguably one of the most powerful characters in Marvel Comics, but no one talks about her in that way. Coming in at number 4 is Black Panther. Over the past few years, I've enjoyed learning about Wakanda in the Marvel Universe, and Black Panther has been one of my favorites. The portrayal of T'Challa by Chadwick Boseman is outstanding in the MCU. And it's emotional knowing that he won't be playing Black Panther anymore because of his tragic passing last year. Nevertheless though, Black Panther being the king of a country in Africa is also a storyline in itself that drew me to the character. Being the king of Wakanda and having a large amount of wealth due to the access of vibranium is also very interesting to me, and how the hunt to have this expensive metal has caused so much chaos throughout Marvel history. Black Panther is a character that I know has provided a lot of joy for a lot of people that look like me in the past few years. Seeing a major Marvel superhero that is black matters, and it also shows that representation also matters, and it's a great testament to the greatness of the late Stan Lee creating this iconic character in the 1960s. At number 3 is Deadpool, in my opinion the most funny superhero in Marvel comics and media. His jokes and quips are hilarious, and he plays off those quips while viciously murdering enemies who've done him wrong and not caring how brutal things can get. He often refers to himself as not being a hero, but being part of the X-Men at times and ultimately fighting for good. Myself and others consider him one. Ryan Reynolds, who's played Deadpool in the Fox Marvel Universe and also is going to play him in the MCU, is perfect at playing the role of Wade Wilson, and I'm glad to see Deadpool 3 in the MCU in a few years. Deadpool has had iconic crossovers with many characters in the past, and his ability to always break the fourth wall makes him stand out among the thousands of Marvel characters, being one of my personal favorites. Now I'm down to my final 2 favorite superheroes, and these 2 are my favorite for many different reasons. My second favorite hero is the Devil of Hell's Kitchen, Daredevil. For many people who don't know about Daredevil, they may interpret his name to be alarming, but he fights for good. When he's not battling the Hand and other foes, he's Matt Murdock, a Catholic lawyer part of the firm Nelson and Murdoch that he created with his best friend Foggy. Daredevil in particular, in my number 1 spot, are my 2 favorite superheroes because you can also feel their human struggles. As an adult before his firm takes off, him and Foggy are struggling to stay above water. Matt Murdock is a superhero, but he's endured a childhood chemical accident that caused him to be blind. With all those obstacles, he had a mentor named Stick, who was also blind but knew how to fight, who trained Matt to tap into his enhanced abilities such as radar sense and superhuman senses that make up for his blindness. With the cancellation of Daredevil on Netflix, myself and others were very disappointed, because that show is my favorite Marvel series, even above the MCU shows. It's been speculated that Charlie Cox, who played Daredevil perfectly on a Netflix show, will appear in SpiderMan No Way Home as Matt Murdock. Only time will tell though, but I'm definitely looking forward to Daredevil in the MCU and recommend y'all watching the Netflix show if y'all haven't already. At the number 1 spot is the most iconic superhero of all time, Spider-Man. Since I was a baby, I've been enamored by the New York web slinger and also love his double identity of being Peter Parker. Being a superhero, you would think life is all sweet and easy, but Stan Lee created the character of Spider-Man to be the opposite of that. As Spider-Man, he's a powerful, acrobatic, and hilarious quipping superhero. But as Peter Parker, he's like any other human being in the world, dealing with money problems, major consequences, and even suffering. Regardless of what he does as Spider-Man, he can never truly have what he wants as Peter Parker, because his motivation comes from the responsibility that was taught to him by his uncle Ben Parker. This responsibility will always lead Peter to fight for justice and for the greater good. My personal 3 favorite iterations of Spider-Man are Tobey Maguire's Spider-Man, Insomniac's Spider-Man, and an animated Spectacular Spider-Man. These 3 versions all capture what it means to be Spider-Man, and the burden it may sometimes be interfering with the luck of Peter Parker. I own basically all of the Spider-Man films except for The Amazing Spider-Man 2, and have merch and memorabilia that shows my love for the character. I'm looking forward to Spider-Man No Way Home this December, and hoping the MCU Spider-Man can portray more of an accurate version of who Spider-Man truly is. Alright guys, so I hope y'all enjoyed the video. Like I said, that was my personal top 5 favorite Marvel superheroes. I love all the Marvel characters to some capacity. These are just the top upper echelon of the characters that I like. I like Doctor Strange, Thor, all types of characters, so let me know in the comments down below who's your favorite top 5 or just some of your favorite Marvel characters in general for sure. Thank y'all for watching the video. I appreciate all the support. Almost at 800 subscribers. So just keep watching and staying tuned. I have more Marvel content on the way, all types of content on the way in general. So yeah, hope y'all are doing well. Follow me on Instagram and Twitter at SwaggyRuss. Thank y'all for watching, and make sure to like, comment, subscribe, turn on post notifications, all those things. Hope y'all are doing well, staying safe, having a great summer, and thank y'all for watching.